Good morning everyone, Chris Fawcett from the Headache and Pain Management Centre here, and today we are talking about the most evil type of headache that you can probably get. This type of headache has been called suicide headache in the literature. There's been plenty of reports of people that physically cannot work, they can't function, they can't live because of this headache. And it affects more men than it does women, which is interesting. So you might know someone who gets these types of headaches, but you're not sure what they are. The doctors might be a bit stumped. So today we're going to be talking about a special type of headache, which is called cluster headache. Okay, so cluster headache. So cluster headaches are pretty nasty pasties. So basically they're this really nasty pain that you get right behind the eye. So it's like a pickaxe that goes right behind one eye or the other typically, okay? So it feels like a red hot stabbing pain that goes right in behind your eye. Now the thing is that changes a cluster headache, what the difference is between a cluster headache and a migraine I suppose, is that a cluster headache, it's short lasting. So what happens is that with migraine, for example, migraine you get this aura often. You get sensitivity to light, sensitivity to sounds, sensitivity to smell. There might be a bit of a build up over 2 or 3 hours or so before the really nasty pain comes on. However, with cluster headache what happens is that the pain is not there 1 minute and then whack, within sort of a minute, bang, right in behind the eye, big stabbing pain immediately that goes from 0 to like 9.5 in an instant. Okay, so it's like this big whack, red hot, burning, stabbing pain in behind your eye, and that lasts constantly for about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so in that 15 to 20 minute period, what happens is that you get a stabbing pain behind the eye, you often get a runny eye or watery eye, you can sometimes get a bit of a droop in the eyelid as well, you can get a little bit of sweating happening on the face, and sometimes we've seen patients where even the forehead and the skin around the eye starts to go very, very red. Often it can be associated with neck pain as well. Now the really nasty thing about these headaches is that firstly it's the unpredictability of it. So basically you can have it have no pain at all, and then all of a sudden bang, it's on there immediately, and it's there for 20 minutes, and then it goes away as fast as it came. So it's on and then it's off, okay, and then it's on again and then it's off. So some of the worst patients that we've had with cluster headache can have these things for often 20 minutes at a time, and it can happen 8 to 9 times a day, and this happens every single day for like 6 to 7 weeks, and then all of a sudden for the next 45 weeks they've got no pain anymore. Okay, it's gone away, it's completely as if nothing happened, and then all of a sudden it comes back again and again and again. So it's almost like there's this yearly pattern that comes with these patients, that you've got 7 to 8 weeks of really, really nasty headache, which is excruciatingly painful, stops work, no drugs can even touch the sides of it, and it's unpredictable, it's frustrating. And with these patients, they're at their wits' end because the pain is so bad, it's unpredictable, and no one knows what it is they can do. So what's important to know, I suppose, about the cluster headaches is that, in fact, they're really, although they feel very different, even though they've got the real red hot poker stabbing type pains behind the eyes, the cause of them, we think now from the research that has come out, is that it's actually the same underlying cause as other types of headache as well. So your tension headaches and your migraines and your cluster headaches are all caused by a sensitization at the bottom of your brain by the nerves that cause headache to start with. What we think happens with people with cluster headache, g'day there, it's nice to see you. What happens with cluster headache is that instead of having the real sort of build up over time where you have the aura that starts and starts and starts, and then you've got this pain that's there for 2 or 3 days and then it kind of goes down. With cluster headache what happens is that it goes, there's no pain, then pain, 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 and then no pain again. Okay, and that happens again and again and again. So there's going to be something that they'll find in the research in the next 10 to 15 years or so, where they work out the difference between people that have migraines and cluster headaches and tension headaches. We do know that cluster headaches seem to be more with men than women. At the moment, we're not quite sure exactly what happens inside the brain when we get these things, but we do know that there seems to be a common link. And what that common link is that sensitization or the sensitized nerve bundle at the bottom of your brain, which causes that. And what causes the nerves to be sensitized? Well, it can be typically the neck is the biggest thing that causes that. With cluster headaches, if you've got pain behind one eye, typically it's the back of the neck on the same side, which is the main culprit, generally the joint around C2-3. And other things can sort of also contribute, such as smoking, also illicit drug use, and these types of other things which aren't so much neck related, but are more a chemical imbalance which might be either brought on yourself, as it were, or it's something that needs to be looked at more by a doctor that we haven't quite worked out. There are other methods that can help with cluster headaches. For example, there are some patients that have had some success with oxygen therapy, and others with some pretty severe, strong drugs. But what we're finding is a very strong success rate with patients with cluster headache by treating the neck, taking the neck stiffness out of the equation, which desensitizes that nerve bundle, and then those cluster headaches don't come on anymore. So if you do know somebody with cluster headache, I'd encourage you to like, comment and share in the comments below to let them know that, yeah, cluster headache is a thing. It does happen. It's relatively rare, but there is someone out there that is able to help, and there is more information that's available to them if they need more help with it. If there's anything that you'd like to know any more about the cluster headaches, please comment below in the comments below. Feel free to drop us a line or an email. G'day there, we're just finishing up, so go back to the start of the video to see what we've been talking about, cluster headaches for today. And yes, we'll catch up again the next time that we talk. But yeah, cluster headache is something that can be treated, is treated, and is something that can be treated effectively by looking at the upper joints of the neck to desensitize that bottom of the brain. Thanks for joining me again. Look forward to seeing you again next week, and we'll touch base again then soon. Thank you. Cheers. Bye.